IntegraD Lease and Track Management application is designed to manage a company's lease inventory. This all-inclusive system maintains lease obligations, provisions, and payments, as well as interest information for tracking ownership. Our innovative system automatically integrates with your AP and joint interest billing for payment processing and billing of actual expenses. Let's take a further look into this system. In the Lease and Track Management application under Master Files, you'll find the lease agreements, the tracks, and the partner ownership decks. In the Track Master, you'll be defining the parcels of land, where they're located, the prospect they're associated with, as well as the undeveloped and developed gross acres, and the complete legal description of the tract. On the Owner tab, you'll be defining the mineral owners and their net acres or mineral ownership. On the Map reference, we'll break down that legal description of the tract into component pieces such as section, township, and range, or for Texas, survey, abstract, and block. On the Well tab, you'll be able to identify when wells are drilled by assigning the property ID from the property master that equates to the wells that were drilled on this tract. Once contracts and leases have been associated with this tract, you'll be able to view those documents from the Contracts and Lease tab. In the Lease Agreement file, you'll be able to inventory different types of documents such as oil and gas leases, surface leases, or right-of-way agreements. And with the effective date and term, the system has the ability to calculate your expire date. Your recording information can be entered on the Recording tab, as well as the cost of the lease, the bonus, and the date the bonus was paid. On your Obligations and Payments tabs, you'll be able to indicate any obligations or payments that are required under this lease. From the Provision tab, you'll be able to see your user-defined list of provisions and the text types associated with those, and you will mark the provisions and add the text that apply to this particular lease. From the Chain of Title, you'll be able to add Chain of Title records. And on the Track tab, we're going to assign the tracks previously set up in the Track Master that are associated with this lease. When you cross-reference the tract to the lease, you'll also be able to define the partnership deck or indicate your working interest in this tract so that the system has the ability to track your company net acres. Once you've completed entering the lease and the tract information, you would want to print your lease data sheet. So let's take a look at that report. This report is commonly called a lease summary sheet and prints all the information regarding this lease and tract. Also under Master Files, you can print multiple lease data sheets, the lease tract acreage report, the Track Master listing, and the tract acreage report. On the front end of all these reports, we have the lease selector, which will help you select the leases required for running that report. You'll be able to set your date range and parameters of selecting criteria for leases that will be run. In periodic reports, you'll find the reports such as obligations and payments coming due. With these reports, you'll set a date range and the system will extract from the obligations and the payments what leases are affected during that date range. Here's an example of the lease obligations report. And let's look at the expiring lease report. Again, these reports are driven by the date range that you select. It might be 1 month, a quarter, or a year that you're forecasting your payments, your expiring leases, or your obligations. Also in the periodic reports, we have a lease inventory, a lease calendar, a payment calendar, and an Exhibit A. The Exhibit A has 3 different formats. So let's take a look at the vertical format. IntegraD also has the ability to export land data to geographics to their product called LeaseMap for mapping purposes. Maintain your data with IntegraD's flexible and user-friendly lease and track management system. For more information, contact Avatar Systems today.